There's a place called a gin mill way down in the slums. There's a place called a gin mill way down in the slums. My baby goes that night and
Damn.
stays till
Damn.
morning.
Hey, what's up? Hey, howdy,
point? I
howdy,
see it.
howdy ho.
Wasn't watching it. I was watching the.
What are you
all the
watching?
People watching, pretty much.
People watching.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. Nobody people watches anymore.
From 6 feet, you can.
Well, that's true. Howdy, it is the Blind Pig Confessions. I was channeling a little cowboy. He's still not here, but we miss him. I don't know where he's at anymore.
He's still hobbling around, trying to get off his feet somewhere. Drinking beer, I'm sure, and bourbon.
What are we doing there, Dougie Fresh?
We are at 1056 for their second annual Torn and the Corn Festival.
That is correct. I missed the first one. I think you were here on the last one, right? I think we talked about that.
I was here for the first. It was a rainy day, unfortunately, but people still came out like they did today.
Yeah?
It was packed, and it's packed again today. It's the VIP right now.
You're right.
And for the next hour. But 10 breweries, a couple wineries. And it's even better this year for us because we actually brewed a beer.
We did. Yes, we
with
brewed a beer
1056.
for releasing today. So, did we get a sticker over there on our beer at all, on our beer tap handle or anything?
I don't know. I probably should check it out, eh?
But we brewed the Hulabrew, I think we call it.
Yeah,
I think we
Hulaween,
changed it.
Yeah, whatever.
Hulabrew works.
It's a Hulabrew, Hulaween, whatever.
I like
whatever you think.
Hulabrew, the Hulabaloo.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that one too.
Yeah,
We never figured it out. But a porter, chocolate porter.
Chocolate pineapple porter.
Chocolate pineapple porter. Well, yes.
Pineapple, and if we were a little
worried.
Like,
Yeah.
pineapple porter, that's odd. But it's Erica loves those weird. She gets into
Sure.
that. She'll go for it, and it worked.
Yeah, it worked because the pineapple's subtle. She
It's
did
subtle. She did it
she
right.
did say it was a little more prominent when the beer was warmer.
Yeah.
But you don't want to let a porter get too warm. So I'll have my next glass. I'll let it warm up a little bit before I drink it. See if I can get a little more of that. See how that pineapple comes
Yeah.
out a little bit.
I thought it turned out great.
It's a great porter.
I like it.
It's got a good cocoa bitterness to it. A little bit of hop bitter on that side. I'm wondering if
So
that's
it's not as
the
heavy.
Willamette or we added another one in.
Yeah.
We had two. We actually had two, but
yeah.
we ran out of one, so we had to substitute with Willamette for the. I think that was the primary was all Willamette.
Yeah.
But it still comes out well. So
No, it came out really well. I'm
nice and
definitely
clean.
pleased with it. It's definitely. Mike said it's not as heavy as but it's not winter yet. It's fall, and
It's
I
fall.
think it works well for
Light- yeah, light-
It's a little bit lighter, crisper
porter. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And you get that nice big chocolate notes out of it, so it's still kind of creamy and
Right.
but the end's dry. I like it.
Yeah. No. Of course we like it. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
we're gonna say no. Sorry, it's
Well,
horrible.
we wouldn't talk about it.
Yeah,
If it wasn't.
well, yeah, that's true. We're like, hey, we're here, and let's move on to the next people. So, the other exciting thing will be for today is we actually get to see a bunch of breweries that we don't actually get around to yet.
Yeah.
So we've got Forefathers, Viking.
Vikings
Our friends
New.
Craisians are here. We've been there before,
Oh,
but
yeah. Great people and good beer.
Windmill, Wildrose. Then we've got, I think, Aftermath Cidery and Winery.
Aftermath, Chesterton, of course.
Chesterton's here, yes. We get our buddies from Chesterton. And then was that Coffin Coffee Company is right behind us. So there's a coffin right behind you. I don't know how that makes you feel.
Yeah,
Is that where you're sleeping
I was
tonight?
going to say that's where he might lay down. But
But,
who
it's
else
a
is
nice
here? We
crisp
got-
day. It's
Ironwood.
clean. Ironwood's here.
Ironwood.
That's right.
There's
I'm missing
10
one.
10 breweries and
Yeah, I'm missing
2.
one. We'll figure it out. We'll get the rest of the list. But it's a nice crisp day at least. No rain. Sun
No.
pops out occasionally, warms you up for a minute.
It's gonna be dry all day, so yeah. It's gonna
The
be a good day.
the beer is flowing. The VIPs are here, and we'll be getting. This also feels really weird because is this our first festival?
This two
pandemic?
since
Did we do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
This
we
is-
haven't done any. So
this
we haven't
is the
done
first
a festival since
Post-COVID festival, yeah.
Yeah, period. Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole not even post-COVID, but since the initial
Well,
start of it, I don't think
since
we've
it
done
started.
since January.
No.
Did we do something? I forget.
Yeah.
It's been a strange year. So this is fun and nice to see this. Back out to really shake hands and try the beers of some breweries again, all in one place, which sure makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
But, no, it's gonna be a
looking
good
forward
day.
to it. It's gonna be a good day.
Lots of beer to drink.
And we will get back on. We'll be back on with one of our first guests here in a little bit.
A little more buzz.
Ooh.
This is Monica at Putz Bar and Grill. Come on in. Our kitchen is always open.
This is Jerry with Beer Brewery. You're listening to that great show, The Blind Pig Confessions.
Hey, what do you know?
Wow, that was loud. Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Well, the music started.
I gotta go over the music.
The music started. You might be able to hear it in the background, but live band here.
Got JohnnyV playing in the background.
JohnnyV, yes.
Torn in the Corn at 1056.
Torn in the Corn 2.
Yeah, second annual Torn in the Corn.
Children of the Torn.
There you go.
Would that be right?
Ba-dum-bum.
That's what I do. Yeah. I'm like Bubba. I'm the Bubba Booey.
He'll be here all day.
Yeah. So
we got
we're
our first guest of the day, Chris. You're the sales rep from Windmill.
Correct.
And we were introduced, or at least I was. I don't know if you had it there at the hop station.
I did not have it at the hop station. I think you were there because you go. Well, he goes there much more often than I do. I live down in Indy. He lives he lives much closer to South Bend area. So
we love the hop station boys.
And they love Windmill, and we know why, because they got great stuff, man.
Thank you.
Doing good stuff.
Yeah, we were really impressed from the first time we had Windmill. I think actually we did a show there. That's the first time we had Windmill was when we did the show. You don't remember that, huh?
I don't remember that at all.
Oh, was that because too much beers, or the beer wasn't that memorable?
We had a lot. No, we had a lot of beer.
You have to understand. I tend to run the show while they tend to run all over the show.
You're the responsible guy.
I am the
and
responsible guy.
we did 2 beer shows and a bourbon show there.
That's true. We did. Yeah.
Things got lost.
That makes sense.
A couple things might have gotten lost. My keys, my self-respect, things like that.
But great show.
At least it wasn't your license, so.
No, never. No, we are responsible in that weird one way. But yes.
But yeah, just been turned on from Windmill from there, and so great to have you guys out here. And just tell us a little bit about Windmill, and
how things got started. And you guys
sure.
are up in Dyer, right?
Yep, we're up in Dyer. We're like right on the Illinois-Indiana border, right off of Route 30, about 10 minutes away from Three Floyds, a little bit west of Calumet Avenue. We've been around just celebrated our 5-year anniversary.
Awesome.
Originally, it was just our 2 owners. They're 2 Dutch guys, so thus the Windmills.
Owners, brewers, are they doing?
They originally, one pretty much did like all the upfront stuff, and one brewed, and they both have other jobs, so they were only open kind of like on the weekend type of thing, and then now we got kind of a full staff now, and now we're pretty big in distribution. We're Fort Wayne, Bloomington, Indy, South Bend. So
taking that north, taking that northern market.
Yeah. So trying to expand throughout the whole state so everybody can get some of the goodness.
Takes time, but you'll get there.
Yeah, we're only 7-barrel system, so I mean we're pretty. I only got so much beer to spread out, but we try to.
Now, do they kind of specialize in?
I would say, we do a little bit of everything, but I would say we pretty much specialize in hazy IPAs, milkshake IPAs, but we like to do big, thick pastry stouts, lots of crazy fruited sours. Awesome. No, thick, like post-fermentation fruit, but still lots of fruit, though.
Right.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah,
you got the mango milkshake right here.
Yeah, milkshakes are fine. I'm not big on the. I'm not too big on the slush beers right now.
Gotcha. They're all the rage right now.
They're all the rage, but I'm on that point of at what point is it not a beer anymore? And it's just kind of it's a smoothie, and you've just added beer to it. Because I can add beer to my smoothie at home. So
they make these things called a blender.
Yeah. I have a Ninja. I have a Ninja foodie, a Ninja blender or whatever.
I enjoy them. I drink them. I've been 450 plenty of times.
They're good. Yeah. I just that one's obviously one you're not drinking a ton of.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna be pounding down pints of those.
Ooh, boy,
it's gonna be a rough morning for you.
It's so hot out. It's so hot out mowing the lawn. Let me just chug more of this thick, juicy.
Yeah, if you
smoothie.
can chug those, more power to you.
Yeah. I might chug one.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna follow it up with just like a big glass of milk.
Yeah, perfect for a hot day. Yeah. But we've been around 5 years. We're trying to spread out to everywhere, putting out lots of cool beers. We like to do some crazy stuff. We like to take risks and just go with it. So
what did you bring for the Torn in the Corn today?
So we brought NWI Light, which is our premium pilsner with oats and corn. NWI for Northwest Indiana.
Okay.
We brought Pale Dutch Boy, which is our flagship American pale ale. We've over the years hazed it up a little bit, juiced it up a little bit, so it's,
that's the thing, because you've got it listed as like a hazy pale, right?
Yep,
okay,
yep.
yeah.
So it's definitely got some oats and stuff in there. It's got the haze to it that everyone loves right now, nice and juicy.
Yep.
And then we brought Basic Memes Cake, which we released yesterday, which is a pumpkin cheesecake inspired imperial blonde ale.
Okay. Did you throw pumpkin cheesecakes in there?
We threw some magic in.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's got some graham cracker, some pumpkin, some cheesecake flavor. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't had that one. I'm getting ready to try the pills here.
Yeah,
so.
we just released it yesterday and sold I think half of the cans already. So.
Oh, really?
It's
Nice.
been pretty popular, I think, so far. And everyone that's had it so far has had pretty good things to say. If you like pumpkin, I mean, if you don't like pumpkin spice, you're not gonna like it.
It's October. Everybody's looking for the pumpkin
Yeah,
beers that they like for the next year. Because
Yep.
you never. It's always October. It's like horror movies and pumpkin beers are all that are out.
We've been doing a series of cheesecake inspired beers. Most of them have been Berliners. This was the first one we did that wasn't a Berliner because we just weren't sure how sour pumpkin would go together.
Yeah,
But so we've done raspberry, blueberry, cherry.
How are you running a cheesecake texture on a Berliner? Because you're running lactose in that for the pumpkin, aren't you? So you're running Berliner, but you're throwing lactose in the Berliner Weiss?
Yeah, most of the Berliners we do lactose and vanilla in.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they're not like super tart. So they kind of appeal to everyone. It's not they pour like a great color because we do use a lot of real fruit.
Right.
And then they're got some tartness if you do like sours, but they're not like overly tart, gonna hit you in take the enamel off your teeth or anything.
I just never really thrown, because normally the Berliner Weisses are those ones that and then you get the syrups. And you can kind of they're a make your own kind of flavored beer.
Yeah. Originally,
is what they're really for. I've never really thought of how it would work with throwing some lactose in that, and creaming it up a bit.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to try that one. Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, well, we got to get there at some point and just try that one.
Yeah, we need
You
to
lose
show
it?
out there.
Oh, there it is.
I'm back now.
No, it's my weird. My system for some reason will just all the audio will just kind of drop, but it's only in the headphones. It's the
no
weird
worries.
part.
Just wasn't sure if I just went deaf real quick or.
That happens.
Well, I muted you. It's like a debate here.
Yeah.
Nope, sorry.
The second one at least. Yeah.
I have a mute button.
Nice.
Oh,
Did I say something wrong? Was I talking out of turn?
There you go. See, look at that. Yeah, we had to bleep you. Yeah.
So is that you said the hazy kind of your flag? Is that your flagship? Is that your big?
So
best-selling
like
beer?
the beer that put us on the map pretty much was probably Memes and Dreams. It was the one we actually brought today was the first milkshake beer we ever did, which was like 4 years ago before milkshakes and hazies were kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
People tasted it and went nuts over it because it wasn't around too much anywhere else.
Yeah.
Right.
And at first we didn't have our own canning line or anything, so we were just kind of draft only, and there was lines and it was crazy. And then we also did 2F by Citra, which is our all Citra hopped hazy IPA. We did that also 4 years ago, kind of before there was many New England style IPAs. So we literally were having to explain to people, why this beer was hazy. They were like, something's wrong with this.
Yeah. No, it's supposed to be that way. It's okay.
Then they taste it, and then they're like,
you
oh.
guys got into that doing that style, and we do this. So many brewers before, maybe not this last year because everybody's doing it now.
No.
But 2 years ago,
we
would ask brewers if, hey, you can do, and they would just get mad at us for even asking.
Yeah, like, oh, that's lazy. Or
hazy. And now everyone's doing it. It's hilarious because of the way it's developed in the last couple of years.
Well, people
and
thought
you
it was gonna
guys
be
are
a
already
fad.
doing it before. So it's
Yeah.
great that you guys are in the forefront of that because you've seen it coming.
But it wasn't a fad. I mean, and that's the thing. That's what I never understood about the argument on
delicious
it.
beer.
It's got a great flavor to it. Yeah, it's got some different
I love
complexity,
the-
and
I love
it's
the
it's not lazy. It's
It's actually hard to nail, right, with the water chemistry.
Yeah,
and
right.
I've had
the
a
dry
lot
hop
of
and,
bad ones.
It's not. Well, yeah, there are a lot of bad ones. It can be done very lazily. Yes, you can simply and just call it when your shitty IPA comes out hazy and you just call it hazy IPA.
Yeah.
Then you did it wrong.
Yeah.
But
and it's not juicy.
But
or,
yeah, exactly. It's just bitter. It's just a cloudy IPA at that point. There's no juice to that, and that whole term juicy just like rubbed traditionalists the wrong way for a while.
Yeah, when they hear IPA, they want dry and bitter and
Right, and that's fine. But world changes, and that's what we like about it. So
yeah, and everybody likes different stuff. I mean, we actually just recently brewed our first not hazy IPA. It's a Midwest style, though, so it's still got some juiciness to it, just a little bit of bitterness, and it's not super hazy. It's got a little bit, but it's more clear style. It's called Sesh Coast.
Yeah.
It's just like a 4.7%, nice, easy, crushable.
Yeah. Nice. Much like the Midwest. We're just a little bit bitter.
Cowboy like that.
We're just a little bit bitter.
For some reason, the Midwest is loves the sweet, though, man.
Oh, they do. Well, we're
that's why we do the milkshakes.
We're big.
and the
We're
pastry
big
stuff.
people.
It's big everywhere now. I mean,
I can't do the
slushies
sweets.
get so big.
I can't do the super sweets anymore.
A little bit, but
It's got it. Well, I
overpowered.
can do it. Yeah, I mean, especially even the high grabs when it starts to get that syrupy sweet. It's just too much. My palate has matured over the years. I like crisp, clean, Sorry, I hit myself in the head there because my headphones went out. But I like that. I like a nice, crisp, clean beer. Even on the stouts, I'm getting kind of picky on those. The super, the super sweet, super sticky, chewy 13%.
Yeah, that's all us. That's all us.
Right. But for
we don't
me,
do stouts really under 10%. So.
But you can do that. It's when you there is a balance there. Once you start hitting 9s and 10s, you've got to be careful, or otherwise you hit that syrup side of that 10.
Yeah. But when
and then at that point it's done, because I've had 11%ers that are just spectacularly perfect dry finish. There is no syrup in it, and but that's what I like, and trying to find those is just a great thing. So. But
we like to do really, really long boils for stouts. So
Nice.
Big, thick, chewy. Yeah.
big, thick, chewy is okay. It's the syrupy part, on that high grav. As long as you can avoid some of that syrupy part on that high grav, then I think you really get a winner, and you get one that goes a lot further as far as drinkability on multiple pints.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is the name of the game.
But it's hilarious.
More share-ish beer. You can't pound down a 16-ounce can of a 13 peanut butter chocolate marshmallow stout.
If you do, you have some issues. That
Our two highest-rated beers are pastry stouts.
Awesome.
Barrel-aged multi-core processing, which was apple, cinnamon, vanilla. Then we aged in apple brandy barrels.
Oh, wow.
That sold out
That
in
still sounds
a day
like
or so.
that still sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, it does.
And then Cheesecake Mutant Ninja Turtles. We did a turtle cheesecake
Nice.
barrel-aged beer stout.
Oh, jeez.
And that one we did during COVID and sold out in like minutes online.
Sweet.
So it was like one of our busiest days ever.
Oh, yeah.
So
I think
cool.
I think the alcohol industry did perfectly fine in the pandemic.
it was awesome. I mean,
we keep drinking. Yeah.
we pivoted to curbside delivery and home delivery because we do self-distro and everything. So if you were within 15 miles, we bring you kegs, cases, crowlers, whatever you wanted.
Nice.
So it was pretty neat.
So
I
the
should have
brewery's
invested.
open. Everything's opened up right now, right?
Yeah,
Tap room
inside's
good to go
open.
and-
I mean, we have everything spaced out, so we can only fit about 35 or so in there because we're pretty small.
Mm-hmm.
But,
And you're not running food, but I think it said you guys can.
bring it
People
in.
can bring food.
Yeah, we don't have our
in,
own
or
kitchen, but you can bring anything you'd like, or there's you can get anything delivered or whatever.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Good deal.
Show up. I need pizza delivery.
yeah. No, we get it a lot. Jimmy John's Pizza. I mean,
probably get
there's
it
two
all.
restaurants like right across the street that a lot of people get food. There's like a gyro place and stuff. So yeah.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. Well, great. Congratulations on the success of 5 years and going on, and
Thank you,
congratulations on making it through the pandemic. And we look forward to as we are able to get out and about more, because that's even for us the hard part is getting out to the breweries, because a lot of the tap rooms, taking up space and just it's hard to get out and about.
We love
Take
podcasts,
effect.
so
We
come
can
on
also-
out.
We will be there.
We'd love to do one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be great.
Absolutely.
We look forward to coming up there.
Yeah, and
Sure.
next week we got a couple of cool beers. We got Memes and Screams, which is with mango gummy bears,
'Kay.
right in time for Halloween.
Ooh.
I think that's dropping like Tuesday or Wednesday. And then we got a blueberry vanilla sour.
Oh, sours.
well,
love
so-
me some
Blueberry
Got a
sours.
little lactose too, but
A little bit of lactose. Okay. Are you?
But-
yeah.
But that's amazing.
That's okay.
I mean, that's lactose and sour.
I'm
That's wild.
okay with. I've had them. It's not. There's not a lot of them trying that right now.
You gotta know how to do it.
I just hadn't had a Berliner Weiss with any lactose.
Yeah.
I've had
I don't
sours
think
where
I
they try
brought
to add a
any
little.
with, but we'll get you some at some point.
We'll get
Sweet.
there. Yeah.
Get
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy to get you some at Hop Station. They get
Great.
every one of our beers. So.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yep.
And
All
then
right.
also one last thing,
Yeah.
or the brewer will kill me if I didn't tell you this. We're
Sure.
stepping up the lager game too. So we
nice.
just dropped our second batch of Admiral Luther's lager. Luther's our cat that lives at the brewery, so he's got his own lager line now.
Nice.
It's a Helles lager, and then we got a Vienna coming as well with his name
sweet.
on it,
Great.
and some other cool things coming down the pipe too.
Awesome.
When it comes to
Oh,
the
yeah.
lager and the Crispy Boy gang. So
It's so
deal.
nice to be able to see the craft game be able to actually lager now.
I love it. I love seeing them. Yeah.
I think it is
Just see
pivoting
this-
slowly. You know.
Well, but
It is.
it was so. I don't know what was. It was a hard thing to get into. For a craft brewery
they
to
shied
do
away
the
for a long
lagering,
time,
it's,
but I think you
everybody
gotta-
shied away.
Yeah.
But
I think you gotta at least have a good footing before you get into that lagering.
It-
And then
Yeah,
Because
lagers
it's-
you can't hide by anything.
So-
you can't,
right.
put anything extra in there to
Right.
cover up any type of,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
any
So
mistakes
that's
or
good
any
to-
kind of thing. Yeah, so it
Awesome.
really starts to reveal kind of who you are and how your how your brewery runs. If you can really
Absolutely.
develop
Yeah.
a good lager.
Yeah. So we're not only doing beer that doesn't taste like beer. We're doing beer flavored beer too.
beer flavor beer.
Yeah, we might try to make a beer flavored cheesecake at some point. I don't know. Since
There
we're
you
doing
go.
cheesecake flavored beer.
There you go. Nice. All right, well,
Got a beer
cheers.
syrup.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Cheers
Thanks
for coming
having me
by. Thanks for stopping by,
Yes.
and hopefully things go well at the booth, and we'll chat with you again soon.
on. Yeah, hell yeah, guys. We'll see you soon. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is Robert Ralph Fedderson, and you're listening to Blind Pig Confessions. The bear eats the dude.
Torn to Corn, number 2.
Torn in the Corn, part 2. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
3, 4, whatever.
Second annual.
Yeah.
But
So-
56, we are enjoying an afternoon of a little sunshine in and out, but
First brew fest in a while from
Yeah.
the all the pandemic and all that fun stuff. So we're
Great
enjoying
day.
all the company and all the beers. And our next guest, thank you, welcome to the Blind Pig Confessions.
yes.
We have Abel and April from Viking Artisan Ales. Did I get it all right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
What do you guys do for Viking?
So April here is she handles the majority of the packaging,
All
and
right.
she is now an assistant brewer.
Oh, nice.
Really? Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a quick move in there, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Just
How-
started.
Awesome.
I do pretty much everything else at events,
Nice.
marketing, all that, and
Marketing.
everything.
Yep, all
Awesome.
that,
Oh,
yep.
awesome. So, tell us a little bit about Viking and how they got started and such.
So Viking, Justin, the owner, started brewing Berliner Weiss about, I'd say, 2017.
Right.
And in 2019, last year, he opened a production facility
Excellent.
in Griffith, Indiana.
Excellent.
We were, he's making good beer. We had, in the first year is a 200-person membership.
Sure.
So there's 2 public releases that we had too.
Right.
And, the COVID stuff happened, and so it
that kind of kills a lot of it.
yeah,
doesn't
it kind of pushed back, certain plans that were already set. So, we had to put that on the back. But yeah, we just got a new location in Maryville, Indiana.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that you guys are open. Is it open now or
It will be open mid-November is the planning date.
still coming out? Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's great because you guys basically just distribution right now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
For coming to the place, or I know we were here a few weeks ago, and Josh from here, he's like, yeah, I got to go make a run to Viking.
Yeah.
Because I think you were either having a new release or something was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're releasing to our members right
Yeah.
now. Yeah. Set to open, like you said, mid-November.
So you do a lot of trade beer. So yours is a lot of kind of underground like trade beers too. Then, so the members are getting a lot of it, and it shared it out. So you
Yeah,
get a
pretty
lot
much.
of a lot of word of mouth on that one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The majority of people who are members, not majority, all of the members, they are extremely supportive.
Yeah.
Most of the people, though, who are members who get the beer, they don't even want to trade it. They want
Right.
to drink. Seriously, they just want to drink it because they love it,
Awesome.
and that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great. So, and again, you guys are right now primarily concentrating on your Berliner Weiss, right? You said.
Yes.
That's kind of all the flavor. Because I was looking at your menu before, and I'm like, that is a lot of Berliner Weiss.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, soon we're going to be looking into stouts, maybe some heavily fruited, sour, cider, or seltzers.
Seltzers.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Seltzers been I think there's been a lot. Everybody's kind of getting a seltzer out. Number one,
Yeah.
it's an easy, brew and get the
Absolutely.
hell out there.
Yep.
It doesn't require as much, but you can still get a nice, good flavor off of it, and it's still a nice craft.
And
Right.
one
Thing to
anybody
do,
can
right?
drink when they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there who love it. There's a big market for it.
A
And
big
we're trying
market for that
to-
craft.
The gluten-free crowd, we're
Yeah.
definitely
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to bring
Yeah.
a sour. Not a lot of sours, if any, really are gluten-free. So
True. Oh yeah.
trying to bring one out there.
And that's awesome. Yeah, that's great.
Now,
So
are you moving the production, everything over to
Maryville.
To the Maryville?
Yes.
and-
Yep.
There,
okay. So
there,
everything's-
there's no more Griffith location.
Okay.
There is the Maryville is a part of the space is for brewing. The other space is the tap room.
Gotcha.
And the tap room is it's very nice. It's gonna be real nice.
That'll be
I
awesome.
can't wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
that'll be awesome.
I'm excited.
So,
Definitely.
so what did you guys bring today to the Torn in the Corn?
So we have a raspberry red velvet cupcake,
Which is what I'm drinking right now.
and also a glacier freeze.
I had
And-
the Glacier Freeze a couple weeks ago.
Yes. And then we are going to tap a cherry pie.
Yes. All Berliner Weiss.
Right. And it's great. No, I had the Glacier Freeze is literally green.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've only had one other beer that was like that. It's technically, I guess you're calling it, because it's a Gatorade beer basically at that
Yes.
point, right? I mean, you can't use the name
It's
Gatorade.
Gatorade flavored.
It's
Yeah.
it's an aid.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's good because it's got a weird green color. I can't remember who we had it from.
I think it was
a couple
Elm
years
Street,
ago.
I believe.
Elm Street Brewing did one. I remember a couple years ago, and it was literally they just brewed it with Gatorade. They just tossed Gatorade into it,
It was
and instead of for like
refreshing.
half the water bill,
Yeah.
on
Wow.
that. It was very weird.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was green.
Yeah.
It was my only other green beer I've seen. But I thought the Glacier Freeze, it had a really great flavor. Berliner Weiss has its its own unique characteristics and
Right.
Yeah.
lends itself to those sweeter beers if you for the syrups and
Yes.
and a lot of that stuff. So, what's in this one? The raspberry you said?
Raspberry, red velvet.
Red velvet, yeah.
Yeah. So we have raspberry puree that we puree in there, and we throw our adjuncts of red velvet
Cake?
Cake.
You actually dropped like red velvet cakes in it?
cake right in there.
Oh,
No.
Oh no, you didn't. Oh, I thought you did. I'm gonna be like sweet.
It's like an extract flavor.
Okay, I gotcha.
And some marshmallow.
Oh, sweet.
Marshmallow.
Yeah, I did. I had not. I get a lot of I get the raspberry, but I'm very sensitive to raspberry, and that kind of hits and overpowers my palate a lot. But it's
Yeah.
it's great. It's not overly.
That's
It's not too
delicious.
sweet.
No,
Thank you.
no, not at all.
I personally love the
Nice.
raspberry. Raspberry is probably my favorite fruit, so
Yes.
I really like it. That's the one thing about our beer is that everybody has a different, or seems to have like a different favorite.
Yeah.
Like I've never
yeah.
had someone say, I don't like this one.
Sure.
Everybody has their own, preference.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, everybody seems to like, some people like, the Jolly Rancher ones we do. Some people like the Red Velvet. So that's good to see that a lot of people out there are enjoying all of them.
Oh,
yeah, definitely. Yeah, raspberry's always been my favorite. Like Founders Rubaeus is spectacular.
Yeah.
Because you can also mix that with anything.
Yeah.
I may have to try mixing this with something else later down the line.
Stout in there.
Toss a little stout. Toss it in a little bit of stout. Then you get that
Little
chocolate
barrel-aged stout
raspberry.
in there, yeah.
Because that's what you do with like the Founders Rubaeus. Toss that in a little bit of their stout.
That is
and you
an
get
interesting cuvee.
That's
it
very,
works,
very
yeah.
interesting.
You get a chocolate raspberry and it's spectacular. Put it in the KBS.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's spectacular. You'd be
Nice.
surprised. But and I'm not a big beer mixer, but there's a few of them, and this one I feel like could mix with a little bit of something
Stout.
and add. Yeah, once you get a stout, that'd be a nice, interesting mix. We start making stouts or anything.
Yeah, we're definitely looking into stouts next.
You
Yeah.
can't beat chocolate and raspberry.
No. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Works.
I think they were made for each other.
Yeah. April, how did you get into brewing and then into the Viking? But you were brewing on your own before that? Were you doing
No,
some
no.
home
I
brewing, or-
actually, I grew up with Justin,
Okay.
and me and my husband have been into craft beer probably the last 6 years or so, going to fests, meeting people, stuff like that. And when he said he was starting to brew, I was like, hey, do you need any help? And it kind of was a match
so it
made in
just
heaven, and
wow.
just
Awesome.
happened out that way.
She has been coming to fest. Every fest that we've had that we've poured at, she's came to quite a few of them.
Right.
So, she's knowledgeable about the beer. About just in general everything
Right.
that has to do with like I said, she's poured at events before. She loves the beer, and when she got the opportunity, she took it, and she's learning. She's very smart. She's learning stuff very quick. So yeah, she will.
Thank you.
She has she has a lot to do with the actual brewery.
Sweet. That's awesome. Although, and the beer's great. It's the cleaning part that sucks, doesn't it?
I
Oh,
mean,
definitely.
Oh.
if you know anything about it, then you know it's 90% cleaning and
Yeah.
10% brewing.
And that's why I said she has a big part of the brewery. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's
we all got to start somewhere.
Well, it won't be
Exactly.
long. When you won't be. You'll just brew, and you have other people cleaning. Then
Keg-
You don't have to
Keg
worry about
cleaners,
that.
yeah.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys stopping by.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you for the beer. We'll hop over when the cherry gets tapped there and
Absolutely.
give that a taste. And
Absolutely.
and cheers.
Yeah,
We'll
cheers.
we'll look forward to the tap room opening up in November, and hopefully we'll get up there after you guys
Yeah.
Awesome.
get running a little bit, and we'll do a show up right at Viking if you guys let us.
Awesome. Looking forward
We'd be
to
happy
it.
to have it. Can't wait till you guys come up. You're gonna you'll definitely be happy. It's
Oh
a,
yeah.
Oh
it's
yeah.
a, it's a
Forward
nice
to it.
place. I
Oh,
like
yeah.
it.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having us.
All right, guys.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Viking.
All right, cheers.
Bye.
If you're a craft beer guy who can't get it nearby, do yourself a favor and log into Tavour.
Hi, I'm Haley. This is Shoveltier Brewery, and you're listening to Blind Pig Confessions.
Hey, we're back.
Well, it's still here. We do it all the time. It's our signature move.
Second annual, Corn the Corn.
Yeah, having a good day.
Looks like we're back with Wildrose, I believe.
We
right?
are.
Yes, sir. Wildrose Brewing Company.
All right.
Tell us who you are. Tell us who you are.
I'm Gerardo Menchaca.
Okay.
pretty much cellarman / assistant brewer at Wildrose.
He does it all.
He does it all. Jack
Keg
of all
washer.
trades, yeah, keg washer, brewer,
Nice.
canner, bottler,
That's what you got to do.
Drinker.
What you got to do.
drinker.
Drinker? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't like beer. I don't like beer at all.
Get my fair share of sampling, and you gotta maintain the beer. You gotta make sure it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, quality
absolutely.
control is important in everything.
Oh yeah.
We
pour some pretty big samples to make sure it's okay.
I'd be horrible at that or distillery in any kind because, nothing would get done. It'd just be all tasting. All right, so tell us a little bit about Wildrose, man.
Well, we've been open for a little over 5 years now.
Okay.
The main story is handful of owners, Dave, Kevin, Tony, and Ed.
That's a lot of cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah. They all lived actually in the same neighborhood in the same subdivision. They lived on a street called Wildrose Lane.
All right.
And they all pretty much started brewing out of their garages. And they had that similar hobby, just to make some beer. So they decided to do it all in one garage, make their own recipes, and do their own thing. They decided to call their own little home brew system, their home brew garage, Wildrose Brewery.
Awesome.
On Wildrose Lane.
Nice.
Which they started doing it. So they're like, hey, we need a bigger garage. People are starting to like it. So they're like, let's check it out. So, they're checking out real estate around the area, somewhere near Cherville, because that's where they all lived in Cherville. So, they looked at a couple places around. We need something big. So, we got a warehouse right outside of the Griffith downtown area.
Sure.
Yeah, so we've been holding strong there for about a little over 5 years now.
You guys got a tap room, or are you just brewing and distribute and fest and distributing?
We have a tap room.
Awesome.
We have a pretty big patio. We have a full kitchen.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah. So you could bring your kids in the dining room. You could bring your dogs in the patio.
All right.
Excellent.
And you could bring your spouse to the bar.
Or the dog.
Or mistress.
Or, or not. Or not. I guess.
I brought a couple of mistresses there myself.
Spectacular. I like it. So what did you guys? So what's when it comes kind of your my brain's not working. Signature beers
those different
or your
brewers are probably not a signature. I mean,
how's that work with the four people throwing in all the recipes and
everyone pretty much has their own idea when it comes to it, so they kind of sit and talk about what the people would want rather than what their favorite thing is. You always got to look out for the customer,
which is good because we've seen a few where you get too many cooks in the kitchen and it just ends up rough. So if you got to have that meeting and that kind of camaraderie, I guess, to really get past that. Right?
We don't want to look out too much for what our favorite beer is, and we don't want to go too much for what everyone else is doing at the same time.
Sure.
We want to have our own kind of signature when it comes to what's popular.
Sure.
And sell it.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
What's some of your house beer? So you guys got some house beers that the standards?
Oh, we got our we definitely have our flagship beers. We have a Citra hopped American Pale Ale called the Big Sexy, which is our flagship beer, something that put us on the map. We had a couple beers that we kind of just tried out to see what it was like. One of them definitely being our peanut butter porter called These Nuts. That was kind of like an experimental beer. We just wanted to try out, see how people liked it, and people loved it. So we decided to keep it around. We made a couple variances. We did like a PB&J kind of thing.
Sweet.
We called it Jammin' Nuts. So we added like a blueberry mix to it. We had strawberry and we had raspberry. So we figured our raspberry was a lot more likable than the rest.
Raspberry's got that punch to it. I mean, we were just talking about that with Viking.
Yeah, and you can use it with peanut butter. You can use it with chocolate. You can use
it.
I mean, so it works with
it works. So whereas strawberry, such a light flavor, especially trying to toss that onto a porter. Strawberry's got leans more ale and kind of that light beer. You can get more of that strawberry out it.
It has a very subtle taste to it.
And the blueberry still same. It's so hard to punch in the face and get over that porter or that stout heaviness with anything else kind of other than a raspberry.
Right.
The
blueberry, we found it was the most difficult to stand out in a porter.
Yeah, really? Yeah,
it has a very subtle taste to it. No matter what we did to it, there was always a subtle taste. We found the raspberry just stood out immediately.
without needing to put 9,000 pounds of blueberries in, or so. Yeah, you can still get that raspberry punch without, breaking the bank on all raspberry and then nothing left
see
for
with
your
the
green
blueberry,
bill.
it seems like they throw in a ton of extract because they're trying to get that blueberry flavor, and then
Right.
then it's just to get that extract taste. That's all you can.
Yeah, and then it becomes that chemical piece.
Right. You might as well drink like a Dr. Pepper or something like
Yeah.
that if you want to get a mouthful of chemical or something,
Yeah.
Exactly. I like it. So what'd you guys bring to the Torn in the Corn today?
Today we brought the Big Sexy Citra Hopped American Pale Ale. We brought these nuts.
I haven't had the nuts yet. So
It's definitely the number one go-to when it comes to every beer fest we go to. We bring these nuts that sells out like that. I mean, people can't get enough of it.
all right, I got to try that one because a lot of the peanut butter porters still too become that chemically extract. It's hard to get past it because peanut butter is its own thing too. You sometimes, what you use and how much of it you use, you got to balance out that because you kind of can't avoid using. Do you guys? Well, I don't want to get into recipes too much detail, but what do you guys? I mean, are you using like the powder, the peanut butter? Are you throwing peanut butter in that mud?
We're using not straight up peanut butter, but something pretty close.
All right, cool.
Butter. I can't say too much.
Exactly. That's why. Yeah. I completely understand that.
They'll probably kick me out of my ass if I did say that.
Now you poured something out of a bottle in here. On my cup.
What you got was a little bit of a special thing we had going for a little on tap in the tap room. We had originally it's our
I smell barrel.
Definitely barrel aged. It's our Imperial Coffee Stout. We call it the Morning James.
Okay.
So the Morning James is it's a coffee stout. It runs around 9%. And we always have it available in the tap room. So every year we decide to throw it in a whiskey barrel, let it age. We mess around with the whiskey barrels a little bit. We had Heaven's Hill distillery barrels, and we usually tend to stick to Four Roses barrels.
Okay.
So
not a bad choice. I mean,
and it worked out well.
It's not so much of a potent whiskey bourbon. It's more the easy side, a little cleaner side.
Yep. But a damn good bourbon.
But it's still a good damn bourbon. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. We let it sit for around 9 months in the barrels, and once we transferred it out, we added natural vanilla beans. A lot of people do extract.
Yeah.
Bunch of powders, whatever. We actually use vanilla beans to make our vanilla type. I'm pretty sure you got the vanilla.
Yep, I sure did. That's the last of it though too.
Yeah, it's usually people's go-to when it comes to.
It's the barrel's there, but the burn there's not again because you're using the Four Roses and the lighter side. There's not a heavy alcohol burn to that.
No,
at all. So it's a real nice, smooth.
It's not overbearing. It's a little subtle.
Almost like a sherry cask, or almost like a wine cask too, or something.
You get fine hints.
Fine hints of that barrel and fine hints of that
nice
bourbon. That's clean, no burn.
There's no burn.
And you're running over 9 on that with the barrel?
Originally, the coffee stout is 9%, but when we throw it in the barrels, and after it's done aging, it goes to about 12-13%.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Sweet. What coffee are you guys using? Do you guys you have a local do you remember?
They pretty much tell me not to say what coffee we're using.
Folgers Crystals. They'll never know. They'll never know.
That's delicious. That's really good.
That is super smooth. That is a very super smooth barrel age.
You do not get the burn off that. That's really nice.
Yeah,
especially for that percent. Yeah, that's
for that high percentage, and it's not got that sticky sweet.
Yep.
Right.
The chewy.
It doesn't stain the glass. It doesn't feel like you got a mouthful of dessert.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
We want to pretty much make people still feel like they're drinking a beer, rather than a lot of places they make a beer and
they forget about the beer.
Yeah, they do.
You're drinking a mouthful of sugar, or a mouthful of
whiskey,
puree,
or a mouthful of whiskey, which isn't really wrong, but
Yeah.
No, that's spectacular.
It's all a perspective when it comes to beer. A different person likes a different beer. It can range. It can reach out to any type of person, but we still kind of want to keep it more in the you're drinking a beer.
Yeah.
I'd be a horrible brewer because I can't really keep a beer sitting there for 9 months without drinking it. I gotta say, I'd be a horrible no. I don't want to barrel age anything because
I'd have to have somebody take it and you take it.
Right, hide it. They would literally have to hide it out of the brewery because I'd probably just be sampling it. I'm like, day 3. Oh no, that's still really good. Day 4.
In the beginning when we first started barrel aging and stuff, we couldn't keep our hands off of it. We're like, let's try it now. Let's try it now.
And now all of a sudden the barrel's empty, half empty. By the time it's 9 months later, it's you only got half. Like, oh, look at that Boy, you really lost a lot in the evaporation. Evaporation into my belly.
Maybe some spilled on the table. No, it's spilled in your mouth. You know it.
Yeah, I would have horrible discipline with the barrel age programs. I don't know how people do it.
It's business and pleasure. That's pretty much why I love it the most. I mean, you could always enjoy yourself and do work at the same time.
Exactly.
You can't get tired of it.
Yeah. You know, I'm liking about this about one of this festivals as we move up a little bit north, because we tend to have been sticking, because we've been around for 5 years too. And we stick south and originally started, central Indianapolis and all that. But I'm liking coming to some of these northern ones because I get to see more breweries that have actually been around for several years, but it's so hard to, you can't travel that much.
Right, yeah.
I do have to have a job at some point, and but it's great to meet new breweries, but because I haven't had any Wildrose yet, so I'm already impressed. I got to go get the peanut butter porter because it keeps talking it up.
Definitely.
I know. I'm always worried too because I saw peanut butter porter. I strayed because I don't know Wildrose, and I was worried about it being an extract.
Yeah, it's like talking about pumpkin beers. I'm cautious on pumpkin beers too, and peanut butter porters.
But I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
And I did have what the big. That was awesome.
Big Sexy?
Yeah, Big Sexy was awesome. That was a great beer. And so I'm definitely going to...
I haven't had the IPA yet. Yeah, I haven't had the Big Sexy yet.
Yeah,
so
it's just delicious.
I'm already big and sexy.
We definitely favor the Citra hops and the Big Sexy.
Yeah.
Do you guys, do you lean... Are you guys... is it 4 brewers, basically? You're all... everybody's got their own. You got an IPA guy, you got a stout guy, and...
So it's 4 owners, pretty much 3 brewers, and... When it comes to employees, it's pretty much all hands on deck.
Okay. Everybody does a little bit of this, that, and the other.
Definitely. And all
good family atmosphere.
Definitely.
Good friendly atmosphere.
Our main concern, goal is when people show up, they want to feel at home. They want to feel like they're part of the family.
There you go.
When I first started at the brewery, I didn't really know anyone. I didn't know anything about anything. They kind of took me in with open arms.
Sweet.
I learned everything there, because they're just a very cool crowd. The owners and everything.
Gotta love it.
Everything when you walk in, it's pretty much, hey, how's it going? Hugs all around. I haven't seen you in a while. How's it been? How's your family? How's your daughter? How's your wife? Whatever. And that's what makes a brewery, even any establishment.
Right.
That's what makes it home.
In that neighborhood.
That's what makes you want to go back.
Yep.
Just the comfort, the care.
Yeah.
Not only is it great beer, great food, great atmosphere, it's just a great people.
It's great.
People want to go back. They want to feel welcome. They want to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And we want to offer that right off the bat.
Absolutely.
Well, we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
I'm going to go try the peanut butter porter probably right now, in between breaks, and
make sure you ask for these nuts, because if you ask for the porter, he's probably not going to pour it.
Okay, well. Okay, yeah. It'll get awkward, but that's fine. I'll do it. No. But no, thanks for coming on. Thanks for talking. Hopefully we, as we get out of, and hopefully things
we need
expand
to hit that area,
more.
that's an area.
It's a huge area we can make another circle on and just do a weekend of.
We hit Chesterton, and that's what we done. We need to get more in that side that we haven't.
So you're at where you're at.
Yeah.
Griffith.
Griffith.
We
Okay.
need to do a weekend and stay over that area.
You definitely got to have a full-on day over in that area, because you'll hit not only Wildrose, you'll hit New Over Falls. They got great beer, great food.
Sure.
You'll hit Byway. If you're in the Byway, you got 18th Street over there.
Right.
Like you said, Chesterton. Everything is within a half-hour drive of each other.
Yep. And that's where we got to get. As things loosen up and relax a little bit more, and hopefully things open up a bit more, it'll be a whole lot easier to get up there, and it's just really good to see it open it back up, and it's really good to see though. Also, sounds like you also got a lot of your
local
community support
system.
was just hopefully did great. Hopefully you guys.
Definitely.
So you've weathered it through the big part of the pandemic, at least hopefully for now.
Yeah. If anything, we pretty much benefited from the whole pandemic.
Yeah.
Switch it up to delivery and
started upgrading our brewing system in the back so we could have more going out the door. More often, more stores to put in.
What capacity? Do you know your guys' capacity on what are you guys brewing out of?
We have we started with the 7 to 8 barrel system, and now we pretty much doubled it to 14.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
spectacular. That's awesome.
Everything's just doubled up pretty much.
Nice.
That's impressive to see.
And we're not going to stop there. We're just going to keep going. I mean, we got more walk-in coolers. We got a new canning system we're planning on hooking up this month.
Awesome.
We're waiting on the guys to come out and train us how to work it. And after that, we're just going to keep canning.
Nice.
From there, sending out the door, putting it on the shelves, you know.
Keep it moving.
Nothing but, you know, higher goals, you know. And every bit of money that the brewery makes, it's just going
right back into building and
right back
growing.
into building it.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
And that's the way to do it. You know, you want to see it grow.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we appreciate it again. Thanks for coming by, and we'll see. We'll be up there probably within the next several months.
Yeah,
we'll be making a trip up. So we hopefully we can stop by and do a full-on show and just run through the gamut of all your beers. You know.
Perfect.
For now, let's go get these nuts.
Yep, I'm gonna go get. I'm gonna go get these nuts. And cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for having me.
Blind Pig Confessions is the greatest podcast there ever was. My name is Dave Smiley from WZPL, and if you don't listen to this show, you're dumb.
Hey-o.
Hey-o. Hey.
Towing the Corn, second annual, 1056.
It's a good day. It feels so good being at a Brewfest again.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Absolutely.
It's been like a year now, I think.
February, right?
Yeah.
Was that? I don't even remember the last Brewfest we were at.
But, you know, a summer without Brewfest is
Summer without
just not
Brewfest
right,
was
man.
rough.
Yeah.
Not going to a single Brewfest, not being able to network and see all our friends again, you know, without, you know, a 5-hour drive somewhere. But no, it was great. So we have good friends from Chesterton Brewing.
Yeah.
Spectacular.
And actually, I forgot
Aaron.
the name. No, I don't Vern.
I said Aaron. No, I said Aaron.
Aaron, okay.
I said Aaron. I didn't say Vern.
Okay, we
I didn't
missed
say
Aaron.
Vernon.
I think you were brewing when we were there, weren't you?
He was.
And so you weren't
came during the week. I was brewing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you were there. You were there. You were
You
busy.
were there, but he was busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we,
yeah.
But we talked to him for a while afterwards.
Yeah, it was a great talk. I'm pretty sure I'm still full from the giant plate of barbecue that
Oh my God.
Vernon dropped on us right before we left.
That's good stuff. We try
Holy
to.
crap.
Nobody leaves thirsty or hungry.
No, you couldn't.
His brother couldn't stop raving. I mean, Ryan's around here somewhere drinking.
Yeah.
But
And
he
didn't
was
wanna
just
eat. He was
he
like,
didn't want to eat. I'm not hungry at all. And then he just eats an entire literally an entire buffet.
That was pounds.
Yeah, it was it was pounds of meat dropped on our table, and it was pretty great.
amazing.
We try to become a good host.
So but you know that's the thing there too is it's your beer is just I gloat on you guys all the time because I think the beer is just fantastic. I really do.
From a young brewery too. No offense, from a young brewery.
No offense
The
taken.
beer's all on point.
I don't think
right
I
off
haven't
the
had
bat.
a solid beer there. It's just amazing. It's one of my favorite breweries now in Indiana, and I just love it. And then you get there and you realize you guys had this amazing barbecue up in northern Indiana. Doing barbecue, that's amazing.
To be fair, I got family in Texas. That's Texas, quality friggin' barbecue
Awesome,
right there.
thank you.
Yeah, just don't tell anyone from Kansas City that.
Well, no, but I mean, yes, I got you. Yeah. But no, So when we were up there last, you were Aaron. You were just getting your start, kind of moving things along.
Yeah, I kind of still am though.
Right? Really?
Well, I mean, I've only been brewing since April 2019.
Mm-hmm. Was it April? Yeah. Last year.
That was on the 5-gallon system.
Right? Did you guys upgrade a little bit?
A little bit.
So when we opened the brewery, Vern upgraded from the 5-gallon system to the 1-barrel system.
Okay.
Which is a 6-time increase. Pretty significant. It sounds like it. But then 2 weeks ago, I think we finally just decided to make the cold cut switch to our new system, which is a 3.5 barrel.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not.
He's
loud
getting
enough.
there. No, you're good.
So yeah, now we've fully switched to the 3.5 barrel system, and we've already put it through its paces.
Awesome.
Yeah, so good things are happening at the brewery. We upgraded that. We just we got more fermenters in. Our canning line arrives next week. We're heading down to pick that up Thursday, so super excited about that. And we're working with the VNA, which is a hospice unit. They also do Meals on Wheels. They have counseling for veterans, both for PTSD, financial. Great organization. And so we're putting out Best Days Hazy IPA with them guys. So super excited about that. So.
And from what I gather, just even from the posts and everything, if you watch the social media and all that, the community's rallied still around you. You've been able to maintain, because your big thing is that charity piece of everything. You've been able to maintain, plus still look for the expansion that you are wanting, because we're going to talk about something else that's expanding a little bit. We're not going to get there yet, but it just sounds like like I think you told me when I walked over, you've been blessed. It's been a great, surprisingly great, with as rough time to start with the pandemic, then throwing right in.
Yeah. 2020 is a challenge, right? Yeah. So we are blessed. We have the community support that we received is tremendous, and people are still coming in today and just supporting the heck out of us, and we love it.
It's awesome. So I have had 2 weeks ago, I got to have my first Chesterton beer in a while. I think since our visit, sadly, from the time. And if I'm right, these are Aaron. You're pulling in some of the recipes now, right? You guys are splitting up a little bit. And this was, I believe, the Ranger Dan. Can you give me a little bit on that?
Yeah, so there's 2 recipes that we have. Ranger Dan is the only one that's consistently on that I've made myself. So Ranger Dan was the first one. And the only reason I made that is because Nikki, Vern's partner and the co-owner of the business, was really just riding me about getting a coffee stout in the brewery. And, since we opened, she's like, we need a coffee stout. We need a coffee stout. It's like, okay, I've never even tried to make a recipe, but here we go. And then we just knocked that out of the park on the first try. That was great.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a delicious beer.
And it's only half as good as the coffee you put into it, of course. And of course, Ranger Dan makes fantastic coffee.
Do you say who your coffee's from?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Some people guard it a little bit, but whose coffee are you using?
So we're using of course, it's a mouthful for me to say quickly, but Coffin Coffee Company's coffee.
And they're right. They're here with you. They're
right
across. They're across
right
from your booth. Coffin Coffee Company. Yes.
Yeah, they're right behind us. The smell is amazing.
Yeah, it keeps wafting in here. I need to get a cup of coffee. Throw a little bit of my bourbon in there,
and they're great people. They really are. So Dan was a Ranger. We don't hold that against him, but. But yeah, so and he's a state trooper as well, and we support those folks because they don't get much support. So the label's being made right now, so hopefully we get that in cans here in a couple weeks.
Sweet, and I think you're saying it's just kicking off on the sales right now, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
It should be. It's a fantastic beer.
Yeah, it's clean,
awesome.
Spectacular. Kudos to you, man.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
On that coffee stout, that is spectacular. There's nothing. There's smooth. It's smooth. It's got just the right aroma and everything you need to it. And I can't. Yeah.
You know, one of the big things with you guys in Chesterton is, a lot of breweries will do a couple of things they do well. They make great IPAs and then they throw everything else in. Okay, well, they do these well, but they're going to make a stout. But you guys just do so many things so damn well. I had that tin can.
I'm drinking it right now.
That was amazing. It's a German beer, and your IPAs are amazing, and your stouts are great. I mean, you guys really do well, and everything you do is just a solid. Your bases are solid. So
this is your other recipe, right?
Yeah.
So this is the Tin Can Soldier. Go for it.
Tin Can Sailor. Yeah.
Sailor. Sorry, I apologize.
Sailor,
Yeah, so that was the second recipe I made, and there's a bit more of a personal reason behind that one. So my grandfather passed away earlier this year, and
Sorry,
he was,
man.
of course, a captain in the U.S. Navy. And he sailed aboard the USS Maddox, which is, of course, a destroyer-class warship.
Okay.
And I guess it's a thing. I don't know if it still is, so if anybody comments on this.
Well, he's in the Navy.
So I don't know if it still is. You can correct me if it's wrong. But back when he was sailing, they would refer to all sailors on destroyers as tin can sailors.
Mm-hmm. They still,
perfect. Yep. Yeah, so it still has relevance.
Yep.
But that was his nickname throughout his entire adult life, was Tin Can Sailor. It was his email username, for God's sake. So we dedicated that beer to him. We tapped that the same day that we held his funeral about a month and a half ago. So that was really special. I'm glad that I was able to bring that out.
That's great, man. I love the personal stories on that one, and that's
great beer.
That's and it's a great beer, and the stories behind it are awesome, spectacular. What else did you guys bring today to the Torn in the Corn?
So we brought Thin Blue Line.
Okay.
So we dedicated that in Police Week back in May. That's the first time we ever tapped that one. Now we do a lot of blondes at the brewery, but this is one of our most popular ones. It's a blueberry blonde ale. So people come into that for that all the time. I can't keep it on tap long enough. I had a whole barrel that we had tapped up a week ago, and it was already through.
Sure.
After a week, it was ridiculous. But and the second one we brought, or the fourth one, I suppose, is of course our flagship IPA, Logan Strong.
Right.
And now that's one that we can't get rid of it. It's made with Voskavik yeast, and of course, if anyone out there knows anything about Voskavik, it makes some fantastic flavors within a beer. So really excited about that one. We just did a big batch of that on our new system. Hopefully we can get that distributed and canned up as well. So
how's it feel scaling up on that system? I mean, everything worked. Getting the numbers worked out. Vernon's laughing at you for a minute.
Well, I'm not necessarily laughing at Aaron, but I'll tell you, we've had some struggles, hitting our numbers, getting a repetitive taste.
It's not like baking where you just double it.
Yeah, So we've had the other day, so for this V&A beer, to get everything ready for the canning line,
sure.
We needed at least 10 barrels of beer, so we brewed all day, 17 hours cranking out beer. So that was a long day.
Yes. We got tired brewing, sitting here for like 5 hours,
Okay.
pretty much watching Mike brew our beer for us. We poured the grain in and the hops, but after that it was just kind of like,
are you done yet?
Are you done yet? Can we go?
Yeah, I listened to that podcast. I did enjoy it. It was good.
No.
So what step are we in? I need another beer.
Yeah.
It was a fun day.
Yeah, and I've actually finally got my. I'm ready to start brewing again. Jordan's got his garage kind of ready. He's dealing with some personal stuff right now, but I've also got mine ready. I've got a 3-tap kegerator in my garage now that I bought online. That I bought from somebody. That a full-size fridge with 3-tap handles right in the door already. It's spectacular. I've got the Greenfather ready to go. So I'm ready to start trying a few of our recipes, and we're gonna be going soon. So
we got a 1-barrel gas Herm system up for sale if you want to talk.
Really? Yeah, that's a steal.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see how we do with the electric Greenfather first, and then
Oh, the Greenfather's a nice machine. It really is.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a simple machine for a home one.
Works nice. I like the hop reminders.
Yeah.
So it'll ping you that way if you're maybe one too many.
Yeah, which,
too
we
many.
never do.
I want to get back to we were talking about it with some Viking, right? We were here earlier talking about the fruit one. I did want to get back to the thin blue line one for a minute.
Okay.
How much blueberry did you put in it? Because we were talking. They're doing Viking does a lot of Berliner Weiss and stuff, and then other places do a lot of. Oh no, it was also Wildrose. Sorry, Wildrose was doing it too. We're talking about raspberry seems to be the overly most common fruit to use, especially in heavier beers, because you can get that punch out of it without having to add 9,000 pounds of fruit. And blueberry seems to be much more lent towards that lighter beer, because you can get the flavor out of it without 1,000 pounds of blueberries.
Yes.
How much did you end up having to use for as far as the blueberry stuff that you use?
So we use pureed blueberries.
You did use? All right, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It's not an extract. It's just you're taking the step out of pureeing it yourself.
And the reason being that way the bricks are the same every time.
Right.
So are repetitive. And it's an aseptic fruit, so we don't have to worry about contamination.
Right.
So.
It takes less worry off our heads. But we use 2 liters per barrel for blueberry in there. Yeah, so it's a fairly significant amount ratio-wise, I believe. But in my opinion,
well, I still think it's really got a nice. It's not an overly heavy-handed blueberry on it, which is great.
Well, and to put in a blonde too is not a.
You don't need as much.
Right. There's not a whole lot of flavor that can snuff it out.
Yeah.
But the way we do it, you're not getting chunks of blueberry in your beer glass, right? It's extracting the flavors from this blueberry after we mix it in, because we still let it sit for about a day after we add that blueberry in.
Okay.
So it's separating out the chunks, so you're still getting the flavor,
right.
and it's coming out the aromatics, I think, are very high on it.
And that's what we were talking about. Certain fruits lend themselves to certain styles. You can try to make a blueberry stout, but really you're going to be you're never going to get that blueberry flavor out of a
tough.
stout.
Blueberry's tough.
It's there because it is light. It's not got that punch to it like a raspberry or even a blackberry or something has to it. So I get curious. When do you add that in? I mean, is that just when do you add in the blueberry?
So after fermentation.
After. Really?
Yeah,
so it's a flavoring after.
It's a flavoring after. So we'll ferment out completely. We'll cold crash. We'll take off any of the yeast that might still be active. We'll kill them off, and then we'll add the fruit in.
So you're not using any of the fruit earlier on to add it to any.
No, none of the.
So the yeast got nothing else to chew. The yeast is gone at that point.
Yeah.
It's literally just kind of a.
It just soaking up that
flavor and
yeah,
the aromatics.
Because if you're using the yeast to try and get some of the alcohol out of the sugars from the fruit, I mean you're going to sacrifice some of the flavor from the fruit as well. So
gotcha.
I feel that putting the fruit in afterwards, you're getting more of that fruit flavor.
Okay. It's awesome.
Yeah. And you got to make sure you recirc too. So you recirc it in the uni. That way you get some good emulsification.
Oh yeah.
And it won't settle out in the keg. Surprisingly enough, it'll stay.
How bad's the cleanup on that one?
Just hose it out. You're fine.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And again, this is education for people trying to do something at home.
Yeah. And we're willing to share. We don't have any secrets. We can give you one of our recipes, and you'll go home and brew it. And you're brewing on a different system. It's not going to come out the same. Yeah.
Again, it's not baking. You can't just double. You can't just. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's definitely
It's still an art. As you pull that up, there's too many variables on that. It isn't just math.
Right.
It's still art.
Yeah.
And love.
So.
And love. Yep.
And
Brewed
love.
with love.
Yeah.
Lots of love.
Yeah. It's true.
Have you guys hit any barrels? You've started barreling anything or aging?
We got some stuff in barrels right now. We're waiting for our artwork to finish up here.
What kind of barrel?
So I don't know if you had the. It's a bourbon barrel.
Okay.
But I don't know if you had the Wreck-'em Beckham.
I did have the Wreck-'em Beckham. Okay. We had the Wreck-'em Beckham.
That's a 12%er.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
And that's we got to sample a little bit of that. That's kind of tasty right there. And then the other one we have is Beer Engine Rodney. That's in a bourbon barrel as well. So
that's a lactose stout, lactose sweetened stout. Yeah.
So speaking and moving into that, because just as we close out this little bit of segment, despite struggles and some things, you're still moving forward with
the Duneland Distillery. So super excited about that. We're getting things together. We got our permits from the town. So there's a learning curve. The town doesn't have a distillery yet, so that's all new to them guys, as well as kind of new to us. I'm a 6th generation distiller, first legal one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say how's that?
Yeah. So Grandpa Hamrick,
moonshine going on.
Grandpa Hamrick's probably rolling over in his grave that I'm gonna pay the revenuers. You
sell it. You sell out.
Yeah, right.
No,
say partner, you don't pay them darn
now,
revenuers.
are you doing? Is that you, or are you on the beer?
That's really Vern's call.
Okay.
Last we talked, last I know, I'll be helping out as much as I'm available to.
Yeah.
But,
well, no, I didn't know distilling and brewing. While closed concepts,
ball game, yeah.
While closed concepts still require a lot of new education, but it's got to be an excellent educational opportunity for you, even too, just to get to go through that and even start learning any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, completely. I mean, the only background I have in distilling is lab techniques. That doesn't really translate to a commercial.
Yeah.
I have a Bunsen burner and a beaker.
It's a MASH 4077, right? But no, we'll definitely have Aaron and Elliot down there.
Awesome.
Go ahead and get them through the process, right? Because you have to make a beer first before you can distill. So you need that alcohol to be able to distill it off. So they'll start off with the mash, and we'll get them slowly rolled in.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Congratulations on the success, moving things through and surviving, these hard times, and we wish you the best. Keep on brewing the great friggin' beer, guys.
And I got to throw out a thank you to you guys. I got a lot of windshield time with my day job, and I see a new podcast pop up. I'm pulling that and listening to it.
Sometimes we're funny, sometimes we're boring, but we try.
No, it's good. It's good, and there's always. I didn't even know that brewery existed.
Yeah.
So you're bringing a lot of light to breweries and getting the word spread.
Appreciate it.
It's definitely appreciated.
And that's why, and that's again why we miss some of these festivals. It's really hard for us. Everybody's got a day job, so for us to go 2, 3, 4 hours to take a weekend, it's still really hard. And that's why I miss about the festivals is we got to experience more.
Pull them all in and get
pull them all in one.
Right. Yeah.
And so this is a good refreshing.
But we'll take any excuse to get back to Chesterton. So when
Sure,
that distillery opens,
Yep.
we need to be there and do
I will sample. I will taste. I will be your taste tester, and I will sample everything and tell you whether it's
Maybe
good
you
or
guys
not.
can come up for a canning day, and we'll Laverne and Shirley that thing and do some tasting.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
hell
Schlemiel, Schlemazel.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He's Schlemiel. All right, guys. Cheers. Good talking with you
Cheers.
guys
Thank
again.
you so much.
Cheers.
See you guys. But Aaron can't cheers. He doesn't have a drink in front of him.
I see your kimchi beer over there.
Hey, I do have to make one more announcement. Aaron and his wife Jessica are about to have a baby.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So
4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
geez.
So isn't she over there pouring beer right now.
Yeah, she may or may not be pouring beer. Yeah.
Or giving birth.
But
hopefully one over the other.
Get the hot water. But we're super excited about that, to have that first baby at the brewery.
That's
so
awesome.
everybody, the entire staff, and all our customers are like super pumped.
I bet.
Is there like a naming contest or know?
That's Vern, I believe, right? You named it after me, right, Aaron?
I don't think you won that.
Vern.
one,
Yeah. Big V, little E, little R, little N. Vern.
I might have spelled it wrong.
Anyway, thank you guys.
All right, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, everybody. This is Henry from Mobcraft Beer up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're a crowdsourced brewery turning your ideas into beer. We also got a pretty sweet sour and wild program and a tap room. So, hey, head over to mobcraftbeer.com, submit an idea for a beer, or come pay us a visit. Cheers.
This is Jessica from Digital Wolf, and you're listening to Blind Pig's Confessions.
Took me a minute. Because I mess up
I'll edit that pause.
Our nicknames are horrible. You know, we get drunk and we forget all our nicknames and stuff. So, you know,
it works.
Are we on? Are you on?
Yep.
There it is.
I'm
okay,
on.
there
You
it
here,
is.
man? There's Tom.
There he is, Tom.
I'm
Tom,
here.
you know, Tom the man.
I'm here.
It's been a good day so far. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So nice to be out and
we had-
about. Getting a little chilly.
Tom, of course, Tom from Craisians. Were you at the first?
We were.
You guys are here. Okay, but it was raining. I couldn't remember who was all here last year.
It was pouring around there.
It was pouring, but it was still packed. The
Yeah.
people still came, and it was
Yeah.
still a good. I mean, it was still a fun day.
Yeah.
And I was amazed because there's still people who just came out. And again, that's the thing about the local community supporting this place.
Oh,
Sure.
absolutely.
And
yeah, we were poking our tent with a stick every 5 minutes to get the
Get the
water
rubber
off
off.
of it. Yeah. it's
We're just
crazy.
using it to rinse out the beer glasses, you know.
Yeah, it's good for that.
A little rainwater.
But again, it's Tom from Craisians, and it's glad to have you back again for a second year, and glad to have you. We didn't record last year; it was too wet. Probably couldn't.
And I couldn't make it, and he don't know how to run things by
And,
himself.
well, I didn't have any equipment either because it was all down in Indy. But so I'm glad we could do it this year, and got a great fall beer drinking day out of it.
Oh, beautiful!
You know?
Spectacular.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Just awesome. And you were with us when we collaborated with Kopacetic.
Yep.
For that day, and so it's great that you're here now. Did you? Maybe I shouldn't ask on air if you tried the Hulabrew.
I did not. I actually, I told Sean. I said, "Let me know when it's ready to go," and he's like, "I will." And then I didn't hear back. So,
That's right.
yeah.
No, that not Sean's.
Ours.
We did one with 1056.
The 1056
Yeah,
Porter.
yeah.
So we did another one with 1056
the
for
pineapple.
pineapple.
Yeah, have
That's
you had
delicious.
that? Have you had it?
That was the
So-
first beer I had today.
Sweet. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
mine too.
So,
I really enjoyed it. Yeah,
all right,
very good.
excellent.
Yeah.
No,
All
and
right.
Sean's turned out. The Kopacetic was awesome.
Yeah, I
That was
didn't
the
get a
ride.
chance to try
It was really
that.
good. It turned out really well. We were really pleased with it. And Sean even told me, he's like, "Hey, I apologize. I should have saved you guys. The beer got sold out so quick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we didn't even have.
I'm not really complaining.
No,
You know, that's
no.
okay.
But
People
we-
liked it.
But it
you
was
know.
delicious. We had.
It
Some,
wasn't sitting around there for 3 months, you know.
Yeah.
Try to get rid of it.
Yeah, I know. You know, Sean blows through beers. You know,
Yeah.
small batch brewing. You
Yeah.
just
Yep.
it's maybe 2 weekends.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's what it was too.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, how are things going at Craisian?
Really well, man. I'm telling you, since August, about mid-July going into August, we were actually setting sales records, which is crazy. The thing is the whole dynamics changed. We went from carry-out being 10% of our business, now it's more than 50%. So what that means for me is the volume of beer has gone. I make more beer than I ever have in the 3 years we've been open.
Oh, darn.
You know, the profit margin's a little bit different because you're not selling it by the pint as
Sure.
much as
Yeah.
we did. But you know what? Who cares? We're selling beer and we're
Selling
still
it,
open.
yeah.
Yeah.
Still open, sailing it. You know, it keeps you going.
Yep.
You're not struggling, and that's kind of been the awesome part. The awesome, strange little silver lining that surprisingly we didn't lose more breweries than we thought we would.
Yeah. No,
I mean, we really didn't. Which was we were expecting 6 months of of crap. You really kind of thought you'd lose a lot more breweries than you did, but you had breweries open up mid-pandemic, and still
which
able
is
to
crazy. Yeah.
still able to hang on.
We've asked ourselves if we would have done that. I mean, it's
Well, some of them were they were in it, and you really can't
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
At that point, you just gotta.
Yeah,
move
escape
They already
velocity.
have their money in, and it's like,
Escape
we gotta do
velocity
it.
is a great example. You know, they were so far into it. with all the stuff they had going wrong, So,
Yeah, we got to get in there and try them out. I know. Yeah.
So what did you bring for today here at the Torn in the Corn 2020?
Right. So we brought a smoked porter. 30% of the base malt was smoked with cherry wood down at Sugar Creek.
Okay.
It's been a solid beer. We're really getting some good feedback here today. For the VIPs, we brought our Frosty Pumpkin, which
I don't think I got a chance to try that one.
we've got a little sample back in the back yet if you guys want to try it.
Of course.
Yeah. And the pumpkins from Kent's there in Brookston. We took their sugar pumpkins, cut them up, cleaned them up, took them over to the Pizza King next door to us, 500-degree oven for about 40 minutes, caramelized them.
A little bit of pepperoni, a little bit of mozzarella.
Yeah.
Pizza pumpkin beer.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we got a little. If you guys want to taste, we got to taste.
A little garlic in there.
So that was and then our pineapple IPA was the other one that we brought, and that's one we bring back, and every 6 or 8 months bring that one back. So.
Excellent. Yeah, we were as we talked about. We were a little concerned about the attempt at a pineapple porter, chocolate porter, because you never know. But pineapple's a different, it's more like you tend to throw that more in a lighter beer and that fruity beer, but
you just don't think of citrus and porter.
Right, and but it was subtle enough that was great. And
I
the
think
cocoa was
really
there.
Well
the cocoa worked well.
And
it was a nice bitter piece. The nice little bit of dry on the back end of it.
And it didn't. You got the pineapple. It kind of came to me anyway. It in the center of it.
Right.
You could get that citrus hints out of it, but it never
and then it goes chocolate. Yeah.
And then you got the chocolate, and then the bitter back in again.
I actually think it's my favorite beer since I've been coming up to 1056.
Sweet.
I mean, it's very nice.
Look at him.
Yeah, as I hand him 20s. You guys can't see it. That's why we don't do video.
But I mean, for the cold weather, coming into the cold and a day like today,
fall beer.
Growing up, this was Boilermaker tailgating weather for me, and it always reminds me of that. So.
Sweet, that's awesome.
Yep.
That's spectacular. How's what anything new coming up on the menu?
Yeah, actually, so we got into the seltzer market now. A lot of breweries like to poo-poo on the seltzers, but when you have a small brewer's license and you can't sell anything else but seltzer beer, so we've done a fall harvest spice, we've done a pineapple, and we've done a black cherry. So.
I understand the complete move to the seltzer. Number one, it's a brew and freaking churn out. The process is a whole lot less troublesome than that.
It really
and it's a huge market, and that's fine. I mean, there are people who want a craft alternative that don't like beer.
Yeah.
I mean, when we did the Madame Carroll one with Copacetic, there were people. This is a boat. You're literally on the water for like 4 hours, and you can't escape. And I had at least 3 older ladies. But whatever, but they're like, I don't really like beer, so I'm glad they have this. And I'm like, so you bought a $40 ticket for a beer fest and you don't like beer and you're stuck on a boat for 4 hours? But you know what I mean? It's still a nice alternative to those who still want that, because it's still a craft. You're still brewing some flavors and stuff in there, but the markup, what's the term for money versus what you're putting into it? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's probably pretty easy, right? I mean, it's not a lot to do on it. It's a quick brew, and you're kind of done, right? I mean,
right? Yeah. For us, it's about a 10-day turnaround.
Yeah.
For some reason, mine takes about 3 more days to ferment out than what I've been told on average. But I don't know. But we're not experts on it yet. But we can wait 3 more days.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, darn. Yeah.
But, things considering what's going on in the world and around us.
It's been
can't
awesome.
Complain. Yeah.
It's been surprisingly small, weird silver linings to all of it around here.
It's
in these small communities and all this.
It's going to be real interesting going into the cold weather and people getting sick. What that's going to bring, I'm sure it's going to shift again.
It's going to be it's going to have to shift back to your
out the front window like we were selling.
Yeah,
before.
you just people worried now about the next COVID spike. So they're anybody getting sick now, they're gonna be just freaking out because it's fall and you get sick right now.
But also you could slightly you had that permission to expand out into like parking lots, and you had a little more real estate for your outside. And now as it gets cold though, you're isolated back into your warm environments.
Yeah.
So people aren't going to sit outside in 20-degree weather
so
and
it's
drink
nice.
a beer.
We still have it's football's back and it's still carry out. So you
carry out, right?
Curbside,
you've
already
delivery.
You already know you can do that. It happened and it worked and it worked well.
Yeah.
So it's like we can do it.
Yeah.
Whatever happens,
awesome.
we're gonna make it. So
it's gonna be
as long as
awesome.
you have a good product and you guys have great beer and
thank
so
you.
that helps. I mean that's.
Yeah, it really does. And, the locals have been so supportive of it. It's just crazy how much they come out, and they realize small businesses are struggling right now, and they're over the top. So
that's spectacular. Yeah, I love it.
I can't imagine trying to get a base of customers right now when this opened up, but luckily we were almost 3 years in.
Right.
So
you had a good base, and then word of mouth, and stuff in the area, and I mean you're pretty up, you're bordering up close to Lafayette, right? I mean,
we're 20 minutes from Purdue University.
Right. So that's an easy jaunt out, as even they're isolated back in there, kind of don't as they're barely doing in-person classes and stuff,
right?
And stuff. So it's easy jaunt, quick back, and it's got to help out a lot too.
Well, that Lafayette market's getting crazy. Big Woods just opened up last week down there. And
did they?
Yeah, they're in West Lafayette now. So, yeah, it's the boom's still going.
Which is amazing. I really thought we'd have more of a bubble burst a couple years ago, but it's sustaining itself right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how, other than the fact that people are just into
like
it
beer.
and they love trying new things. They love poking around with new stuff, and that inquisitive nature of everybody is just kind of like, let me go try that for a little bit. It doesn't hurt.
Do you have some winter ales that anything that you work on usually?
Oh yeah,
for
definitely.
Cold weather beers.
We do our our coconut porters, and we do a lot of barrel aged stuff. But I will say just real quick, Yakima Valley hops. They do a veterans blend, they call them. It's got several different hops in it. I'll be brewing it Monday. The proceeds of those hops go to different organizations that support veterans for different reasons.
So Chesterton.
Awesome. Yeah.
The donations are going to Chesterton, and Chesterton's going to get the donations. No, just kidding.
I went over to Chesterton. I said, "Go Navy," because I'm a Navy veteran, right? And they go, "No Navy." I go, "Not no Navy, go Navy."
Well, Aaron the brewer, he just did that tin can sailor. For his grandpa, so they're mixing it up.
Yeah.
They got the Ranger Dan.
The Ranger Dan and everything else. So
so we actually we keep yearly charts of what we had on tap each month.
Yeah.
What was a big hit? What wasn't so much a big hit? So we're really kind of following that as our guideline. So we're right after Christmas, we'll do like our coconut porter. We'll do a Mexican hot chocolate stout. We'll do some bourbon barrel aged stuff. So about February we get into the bourbon barrel aged.
Hot chocolate stout with some marshmallow. Sounds good. I like that. I like that idea. All right, well, Tom, we appreciate you stopping by for a little bit, and thanks for coming out. Torn in the Corn 2020. Cheers, brother.
Hey, this is Jim Boros from the Backstep Brewing Company in beautiful downtown Crawfordsville, and you are listening to Blind Pig Confessions.
Hey, we are on.
Oh, good God. Why you got to yell so much? We're doing
That's how you get back.
We're doing selfies again. There we go.
We're back.
He'll edit that part out.
Selfie back.
So,
this has been an amazing day.
It's been a great day.
Second annual Torn in the Corn has been just...
such a spirit lifter today.
Yeah.
To be honest. I mean, to be back out and again and out and about.
Erica had just asked me a few minutes ago, and we had fun. I'm like, this has been a really good day. The great beer, but great people. It just, the whole atmosphere has been fun. Everybody's been in a great mood.
So
just an amazing day, but great beer and great people. The crowd has been really fun this year.
Aww.
Just happy, and everyone's been having a great time. You can see it everywhere. So it's been a really fun.
Erica's been jumping around all over the place. It's been pretty damn funny, actually.
Great band.
They're all dressed like for those, and if we when we post up some of the pictures, you guys, Das Boot, by the way, thank you, good job, Beer Fest. They've all got their Beer Fest. They've all got their Beer Fest gear on. It's spectacular. I liked it. Good reference. It was awesome. So, what do you think? How's it been going?
Everything's great today.
Yeah?
Yeah, the weather's great. Last year we had cold and rain, and people still turned out.
They still came, yeah.
And so we knew if we could get a day where there was no rain, even if it was cold, we were going to be successful. And this is proof. I mean, it's a great day. We've got a bigger turnout than last year, and it's just
This
a
is like
fun
tailgating
crowd.
weather. I mean, this is the perfect.
It truly
you know,
is.
this is awesome.
I think people were ready to tailgate, so now they're out.
Yeah.
How's everybody been? How are things over on the Hulabrew that we did?
A lot of big talk about it. They love it. Yeah. It's a nice, light, crisp porter, easy to drink.
Yeah. That taste of pineapple right there in the middle, and then the nice little bit of bitter cocoa on the end. I think it worked out great.
It was a fun day brewing it, you guys.
I know.
It's nice to have it turn out the way it did.
I mean, because we made such a difference in that.
You really did.
As we pour in the grain, and as we pour it in the grain and the hops. Yay. No, but I mean, Mike, because you got to do the rest of it. We left you with the hard work. So when did you? So you ended up split. Did you end up doing the splits? Because you still got the base porter, and this is a new porter we made too, right?
Correct. It's a brand new recipe.
So I took, we did a 75-gallon batch, and I took 60 gallons and made the Halloween porter.
60 gallons
60
of it?
gallons.
Really? I thought you were going to split that a little differently. Wow.
No, we did
That's a
60
gamble.
of the Halloween.
Big.
No, we had, it's fine. And then we had 15 extra. I put, I piled a bunch of vanilla beans in, so we got a vanilla porter that'll we'll put out sometime here when we get an opening. That'll be the new porter recipe with vanilla in it.
That's awesome. I noticed too, you guys had this year, and maybe I probably wasn't here last year, but a whole bunch of bicyclists came out. You got tents over on the side. Is that part of that harvest or the hosts?
No, that actually is part of Barb at Ironwood Brewing.
Oh, really?
Belongs to a bicycle club. So they rode from Valparaiso to here with their little tents on their bikes, and they're set up in our backyard for the night now. So.
I know, it was pretty funny. It's been a great little day. Coffee, we got beer, we got ciders and wine, and it's been a great time. So we want to thank you guys for letting us participate in this. And
pleasure.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it went really well.
Eric also started passing out like tea bags. I'm not really sure what that's for, but I'm going to take this as, do I need to lose weight? I know I'm fat and all, but you handed me a turmeric slim chai tea bag, and I'm like, well, thanks.
Don't be like that.
I get that I'm fat, but
that's not true. I just handed out tea bags, and you get to trade that in for food at our food tent.
I was just kidding. I thought it was pretty damn funny because I'm like, what the hell? I get it, but damn. That's just.
What's your reference to with Earl Grey?
Old.
Don't let me down.
Old.
If you don't say it, I'll be disappointed.
Really? He don't know Star Trek.
Oh,
I don't want Star Trek.
He don't know Star Trek.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Picard.
Yeah. Earl Grey hot.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you.
Jeez, man.
I don't watch Star Trek.
He doesn't know any of those things, so he's kind of crazy.
Captain Kirk knows that. It's the only Star Trek.
Oh, shame on you. Picard will beat Kirk all day long. But again, thank you guys.
No, I don't think so.
Don't come back. This is the end of our collaboration. Picard all day.
That's what I said. Picard. That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said Kirk over.
No.
Okay, we can still be friends.
Nobody beats Jean-Luc Picard. Come on.
No.
I'm just crazy.
Did you see the new commercials?
Yeah, they're freaking spectacular. Star Trek, Star Wars
There's
commercials.
another one coming out?
There's like
the commercial with Luke and
with Luke and
those
Picard.
are funny.
Yeah, there's several of them out. It's actually pretty damn funny. So, but guys, thanks again. We're gonna close up shop on this show, and the first Brewfest we've had in almost a year now, and it's been spectacular. So we really want to thank you, and we hope you guys had a good time, and hopefully everybody enjoys listening, because we met a lot of breweries we hadn't actually gotten a chance to meet before, because trying to get up north is a lot of work, especially for several days of it. And when you have these Brewfests, this is where we shine and really get to meet a lot of people.
Good.
So
we appreciate you being here.
Thank you guys. Let us know how everything goes, and we'll see you again next time.
All right.
Thank you
Thanks
guys
so
for
much.
everything.
Appreciate it.
Love having you here.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Met you in a haze of days, a deja vu, blazing down the avenue, trying to make a buck or two. You said you had nothing to lose, amazed and knew you were telling truth, so we blamed the days and drove out to something new. Live on a holiday state. What we grew in the fields is what we ate. Wasn't enough to satiate the hunger in our souls. So I drank the blended cactus and you set up on the road. Where are we going? No one really knows. But in the past you never failed to follow me. Roosters crowing, it's time for you to go. I can hear a freight train whistle and left you with the jug of wine in the Louisville strip. It was Easter time with the banjo clipped to the back upon his spine. A tin of tobacco, a bag of rice, a nomad's grip on a state of mind. You smiled back, knowing this was not goodbye. Now the rails looking far out. Had a close shave at the building, here's Billy Clyde. They followed through with being insane and dove into the country's veins. Risked it all for a better look. Lost it back to write the book. Where are we going? And no one really knows. But in the past you never failed to follow me. Roosters crowing, it's time for you to go. But if you find the truth, you bring it back to me. Rust-headed, fell to hell, drowned inside a wishing well. Caught a bus back home with a tale too tall to tell. Glassy eyes and a darkened mind, he sat completely paralyzed, like a ghost who'd lost his grip on the grail. But life's a big old bitch when you see it transfixed on the pain of the past. Not a hint of progress, it's a comedy. It's a scar on your wrist when you're driven everywhere you go under regrets. They say you'll be dead if you can't get rid of all that shit that spins around in your head. If you don't wanna be another throwaway kid, gotta buy yourself a steak, God day on a red. But it's so hard letting it go. You keep getting visions of the old man